Hi, this YouTube clip will focus on nonpartisan politics. Ironically, I'm wearing a political party jacket of the political party that I campaigned for in previous elections in this country, the Democratic Party. The only reason I'm wearing this jacket is because I think it looks good on me. Now, without further ado, here we go. I often discuss what's the best voting system or electoral system to make a legislature properly representative of the people. I often talk about it at the dinner table among friends and family. But there are other people I've been on the internet that I've heard suggest things like term limits, direct democracy as opposed to representative democracy, and eliminating political parties altogether. So, I will focus on nonpartisan politics, on eliminating political parties. What if you banned all political parties altogether? Well, there are already many nonpartisan legislatures around the world. In North America, we have the US state of Nebraska. Their legislature is nonpartisan. And the legislatures of Canada's territories to the north, which are called consensus governments. Several legislatures in small South Pacific nations are also nonpartisan. And local politics is almost always nonpartisan. Now, what would be the advantage to eliminate political parties altogether, but still maintain representative democracy? Well, I actually think it's a good idea, although I'm not actively cheering for it because for selfish reasons, enjoy the political intrigue and the excitement of partisan politics. The advantage to a nonpartisan legislature would be that each member of parliament would not be forced to take up a position on an issue based on the party line. They will not be pressured by their party leaders or the party whip to take a position, specific position on an issue, even though they might disagree with it. So they can instead using their own head, using their own mind, take up positions on specific issues rather than issue by issue basis, rather than here are all the positions on all the issues collectively because I'm a member of this political party. So then, before setting themselves up as a candidate for parliament, they have to think carefully on each issue, one by one, rather than accepting a package from a political party of positions on the issues. So, members of parliament will be more well rehearsed, in my opinion, on where they stand, as well as where their constituents stand. It's more representative of their constituents rather than their party. It would be on an issue by issue basis, rather than collectively, here's where I stand on everything. You have to think one by one. So each individual member of parliament will be very different. And in my opinion, the United States needs nonpartisan politics. I mean, it seems very anti-democratic to force everybody to join Party A or Party B. Because each individual member of Congress is free to vote any way they like on the issues. And each individual member of parliament. There can be conservative Democrats and liberal Republicans. And like I said, it's a cover, I said in a previous video, it's a cover for a 100-party system. Maybe it's time, because it feels very anti-democratic, maybe it's time to ban partisan politics in the United States altogether. Because making all these strict ballot access laws and forcing everybody, you have to be a Democrat or Republican, just doesn't feel democratic. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself too much now. But my point is, because each individual member of Congress don't really follow the party line, well, it's changing on the Republican side, don't really follow the party line, but individually, they vote individually, maybe you should just ban political parties altogether in the United States. Nebraska's done it already. The disadvantage to non-partisan politics is after an election is held, voters will not know for sure what overall the direction the legislative agenda will be. Conservative or progressive, more religion into politics or less religion into, more religion into state or less religion into state. We won't know for sure until maybe about 6 months in to the legislative term, when a few laws have already been passed and then we'll see overall what direction the country is headed for. Unless, of course, you ask each individual member of parliament individually, where do you stand on this issue, where do you stand on this issue? All of them, you ask the same questions, so you know in overall what direction the country is headed for. But that takes more effort. You'd have to track them all down and interview them all one by one, or look it up on the internet. It takes a little bit more effort, but I'm sure we could get over that. Maybe more compromises will be needed for and more consensus for overall politics, for laws to be passed, rather than the majority. The majority is always this group of people, and the minority is always this group of people. No, sometimes the minority can be the majority, and on specific issues rather than partisan politics. But I think I've discussed that earlier. Anyway, my handycam might be running out of batteries by now, so I better stop. Thanks for listening.